So my favorite shoe to play basketball in for the past year and a half has been these guys right here. This is the PUMA Clyde Court. I was very excited for the Fusion Nitro, and I have to say this is one of the worst shoes. I'm so disappointed. I do not like them at all. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got the performance review on these things right here. This is the PUMA Fusion Nitro. And in case you were wondering, this shirt should be available right now along with the other Since 97 pack shirts over at sinceapparel.com. They are going to be available via pre-order. So if you wanted a pair, they're open for everybody. International shipping's always included. Yada, yada, yada. This shop will close on Sunday, so make sure to get your orders in. You got 4 days. Countdown starts now. Anywho, these guys right here are just pure disappointment. These are awful. There's some redeeming qualities, so let's talk about those first.
Hold on to your butts.
The first thing is actually the traction. I was able to play in these both indoors and outdoors. The traction on both surfaces was great. Indoors, it was super grippy, got that extra bite to it, fantastic. Outdoors, same exact thing. However, it's already wearing away and it's really quick because this is a really soft rubber and the traction grooves are just super thin. So I would not recommend these to anybody that is primarily an outdoor player, at least not if you are trying to buy something that's going to last you. So if you're an indoor player, the traction should hold up just fine. Again, I had no issues both linearly and laterally. Laterally especially though, that's where you get the most bite out of it. That was also kind of like one of the reasons why, you know, I was having the issues that I was having. But I will say that the traction on its own, like as its own thing, not part of a whole, you know, the whole shoe, but the traction as itself, it was great. The cushion was too. This is their Nitro cushioning. It's mixed with the P-Bax puck that was featured in this. The P-Bax puck though on this particular shoe is bottom loaded, so you can see that little white dot on the heel. That's where it is here. Whereas this one, it's actually top loaded. We talked about that in the initial impression video, or the first impression, first look, the breakdown, whatever you want to call them, the original video. Supposedly this is the same exact cushion as their Nitro shoes, but it feels nothing like them. And then when they cut it in half, it looks nothing like them either. So I really don't know if that's true or not. All I know is that the cushion is really good. So if this is the type of cushion that we are going to expect to see on other PUMA models or PUMA basketball models moving forward, I think that this is a great direction for them. I think that this is the way to go. This is how you compete with a Nike or a Jordan or an Adidas or whatever, because this is right in line with bounce and all of that stuff to me, which I prefer over Boost. So if we're talking about that stuff, I still prefer Zoom Air over everything, but this right here is super comfortable. If we're gonna compare something like this to like a Nike shoe, this is just like the Lunar, the Cushlon, all of that stuff, the foam setups that most people are accustomed to, especially if you wear Kyrie's or Kobe's. I think that the cushion is great. I still prefer the cushion in this one a little bit more. This one for some reason is kind of like bottom heavy, but it's not anything to where like I felt like I was, you know, wearing a brick or anything. They are super comfortable and I really do enjoy those two aspects, the traction and the cushion. However, the upper is just complete ass.
Which brings you to?
This knit is awful, dude. First off, shout out to everybody that watches the channel and was letting me know that they use this same kind of like setup on their football or soccer boots. I really appreciate the info. That's a sport that I've paid zero attention to. I'm not a fan of any other sport other than basketball. So anything that's going on in the football or football world, I have no idea, man. So apparently PUMA's been doing stuff like this over on that category and they've been doing it really well. I don't think it translated well for me, at least in the basketball section of things, because I just kept rolling my ankle in these, dude. The first time I did it, I did it on a really hard stop. I was on defense and I went to go stop real quick and change direction with my defender. And like I was saying, the traction has like great grip. It's got a really hard bite to it. So when I had stopped and planted to go move with them that way, this thing gripped the floor like crazy and my entire foot went over the footbed and it touched the floor. And I was just like, what the f? And so I immediately took these off. I have done this for way too long and gotten injured too many times because of shoes, and I'm just not willing to do that anymore. So I was really hesitant to wear these again, and then I did. A couple of times they were okay. I could still feel the issue, but I was playing at not full anything. Like I was very cautious because of what had happened before. Then I took them outside and we were doing the B-roll stuff, and for some reason I just got more into the game than anything else, and so I forgot about the issue.
Big mistake. Big. Huge.
And I rolled it again. It was the other foot this time though. And it was on the same exact type of play where I went to go get a ball and I stopped real quick. I planted on this side, the outside where you're supposed, like nice and smooth. And then all of a sudden the whole foot just moves over and it was a mess, man. So the upper itself is a knit and it is coated with this really weird, very thin plastic stuff. It feels almost like duct tape. It's very strange. The laces are just kind of, they're there, you know what I mean? They do their job accordingly, which I was surprised with, especially this little weird spot where the band is. So that I don't think was the issue. I think the issue is that the grip is so good and there is no containment with the sidewalls. And so it's not keeping you on the footbed. It allows you to slide off. This, even with the plastic coating, is too soft. So it's allowing that movement and that stretch. And then there's no little kickstand, man. There's no outrigger there like there was on these. This one's very minor, but even a little one is better than none. Ask LeBron, okay? That dude had none on, what was that shoe? Was that the 15? Kept rolling his ankle because he was too high off the floors, unstable and all that stuff, especially with the soft upper. Also a shoe with great grip, and then they had to modify them and they gave them little outriggers on each pod section and the issue stopped. So a little outrigger is better than no outrigger, especially when you have great grip and a soft upper. Like when I look at it straight on, this whole thing right here is rounded. It shouldn't be like that. It should flare out just a little bit to keep you from moving in that direction, which is unfortunate because they did such a great job. This shoe is so good. I love these to death. This one is so not good that I can't believe that we went from here to here that fast. So anyways, the upper on these guys, it's okay for what it is. However, I just don't feel like it is good enough for this type of traction. Like there's such a hard bite with these that you need an upper that is more supportive than what this actually offers. The fit itself is true to size. They do fit snug. If you were happen to go up half a size, I think that the instability issue is going to increase tenfold because your fit is not going to be proper. You're gonna have a little bit too much room. And with an upper that is this soft already and allows for that much movement, it's gonna be a mess. So go true to size. If you're a wide footer and you need to go up a half a size, traditionally, I would not even bother with these. I'm telling you, like you probably will roll your ankle. The support is awful. They have some support features like the heel counter. That thing works good. There's a torsional plate. That thing works good. The containment from the upper is trash. And then outrigger, there really is none. The base is not wide enough. It's not stable enough. So on those lateral movements, and again, all I'm doing is just chasing a loose ball. That last time that I did it, I had got the ball and got rid of it before my ankle roll was done because I felt it happen. As it was happening, I was like, hell no. And I was getting rid of it. I was going to shoot, but my foot was twisted and so I couldn't get my feet planted or anything like that. There was a defender coming at me real quick. So I got rid of that thing. Luckily, I got an assist out of it, but was it worth the ankle roll? No, man. Now, like we typically like to do with our performance reviews is we ask our Discord community for us to elaborate on anything that they think needs elaborating on. Sometimes it's a specific question, sometimes it's a comparison. So with that being said, what do we've got?
JM Geese 83 would like to know, what tweaks, if any, would you like to see change in the Nitro midsole in future versions or models of PUMA basketball shoes?
A little bit wider. Give me an outrigger. That's it. It needs to be more like this shoe and less like this shoe.
Which brings me to FJP12. Do you believe the Nitro is the rightful successor to the All Pro, or do you assume it may be LaMelo's new shoe?
Well, LaMelo has a shoe on his own. Like this is not it.
Maybe he means like LaMelo's shoe should be the successor to the All Pro.
I have no idea. I've only seen like very small clips of those and a couple of like awkward angled pictures, so I can't tell. If those shoes are not this comfortable or this comfortable, then I would say that's just like you're gonna sell shoes because it's LaMelo's, but you're not gonna gain new fans of your brand if they don't feel like one of these shoes. However, if they play like this shoe, you're not gonna get any fans either. What was the overall question?
Basically, in case you missed this entire video, this shoe is not the successor to the All Pro.
I don't know if it was intended to be. I thought, or just based off of visuals alone, like that midsole and outsole combo, the way that it's shaped and scooped, I thought that it might be, but play-wise, it's just, no.
And lastly, SneakerWeb344 would like to know, is the midfoot tight like the Harden 4s, or is it comfortably tight?
It's not tight at all. When you put your foot in there, you can tell that the upper is snug. Once you start playing though, everything stretches a little bit, and especially because I was saying I was like rolling over the footbed, so it stretches a lot. And yeah, so it's not anything like the Hardens. I don't even know if the Harden was like the band was its fault.
I think it was the stitching around.
It was, yeah, they did something to where like that whole area didn't move, and it might be the reinforced stitching area, but this is nothing like that. Like this is way more comfortable, way more stretchy, and way more dangerous.
They're like sweatpants.
What do you mean?
They're way more stretchy, which could be dangerous.
Sure. Anyways, that pretty much takes care of it for these guys. Again, this is the PUMA Fusion Nitro, right? Is that the shoe's name?
In the Spectra colorway.
In the Spectra colorway. Yeah, I don't like this shoe. I like these from the midsole down. Everything else though, they missed the mark, and the outrigger is a big problem. The fact that there isn't one. I'm going to never wear those again, and I don't recommend them at all. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you were interested in any more information, there's gonna be a link down below in the comment section, description box, and that's gonna head you over to WearTesters.com, where you can read more information. You can get their weight, their price, and their scores. If you can find these still, I'd grab these, and don't just, that's about as much as they're worth. Thank you guys once again. Until next time, have a good one.